My name is Peter Stassen. I'm a Dutch lawyer with an office in Eindhoven, the Netherlands, and have dedicated myself to civil litigation for over 20 years, particularly on the field of corporate law. In the Netherlands, proceedings commenced on July 14, 2023, and these are civil proceedings based on tort. And these proceedings were initiated on behalf of 7 plaintiffs who suffered COVID-19 injection injuries and concluded they had been seriously misled regarding the risks associated with these injections. And one of them has since passed away. The central argument in these proceedings, substantive proceedings, is that COVID-19 is not a disease, but a project. And this project is described in the book COVID-19, The Great Reset, co-authored by Klaus Schwab. The defendants in these proceedings, as executors of the COVID-19 project, misled our clients in order to persuade them to undergo a COVID-19 injection. And this is demonstrated in the summons with more than 100 exhibits. And the point is that the defendants are accused in a civil proceedings of being the executors of the COVID-19 Great Reset project, and that they are all liable for the damages of our clients. It's important to note that people who did not undergo a COVID-19 injection also suffer harm. They too are being misled unlawfully and many have suffered material and immaterial harm as a result of this project, which still goes on. The defendants in the proceedings are the State of the Netherlands and key executors of this project from the political, pharmaceutical, media and business sectors. There are in total 17 defendants, including the State of the Netherlands, and among the defendants are Bill Gates, Albert Bourl and Mark Rutte. In these proceedings, Bill Gates contested the jurisdiction of the Dutch court. However, the court declared its jurisdiction over Bill Gates in its judgments of October 16, 2024. The substantive proceedings have now reached the point that an oral hearing must be scheduled to address the merits of the case before the court. There is a second proceeding for 3 other clients also suffering from COVID-19 injection damage. And this concerns a request to hear experts. And this is a so-called request for preliminary evidence. The defendants are the same as in the main proceedings. And the point is that these 3 clients want to know what the injections actually are. In that context, 5 experts have been nominated in these proceedings, and these 5 experts can explain that that these injections are not vaccines but bioweapons being used in the implementation of the COVID-19 Great Reset project. The oral hearing on that request took place on July 9, 2025, and during the oral hearing of that case, I explained to the judge that truth-finding is of the utmost importance, and that therefore these experts nominated by my clients must be heard. Specifically, these are Mike Jeden, Sasha Latipova, Catherine Watt, Catherine Austin-Fiss and Joseph Sansone. These are highly respected experts who are not only experts but also have the backbone and the integrity to truly make a difference. There has never been a truly transparent debate between experts of different camps, and this debate should have taken place in court. Suppressing the truth is immoral, and in that sense, I suggested to the judge that if she were to deny the request, she would have the same blood on her hands as the defendants. This moral appeal I made on behalf of my clients was unsuccessful with this judge. By order of August 20, 2025, the request was denied. An appeal against the decision of August 20, 2025 was filed on September 15, 2025. And the case was referred to the Amsterdam Court of Appeal on October 16, 2025, because Bill Gates' lawyer is also a deputy judge in the High Court of Leeuwarden, and the same applies to one of the state's lawyers. In this appeal against the expert's rejection, I submitted the expert reports of Latipova and Watt. Nevertheless, in the Netherlands, the new COVID injection campaign began on September 15, 2025 and continued. Imagine this: convincing proof that the injections are bioweapons lies with the state of the Netherlands and the Dutch legal system. These proceedings are formally completely separate. After all, different clients are acting as plaintiffs. However, the subject matter is essentially the same. Therefore, all expert reports will be submitted in both proceedings. A request for interim relief was filed on September 15, 2025, when the appeal was filed. And therewith, with this request, I requested immediate hearing of the experts. This is primarily in the public interest. So far, no action has been taken, and I can't do anything more at this time. There are also no financial resources for this. The Recht op Recht Foundation, which financially supports these cases, is unable to raise sufficient funds, and this makes this fight for my clients extremely difficult. Both cases will soon have an oral hearing, and the expert evidence will be presented to the judges. These proceedings are unique in many ways. They involve the deliberate, planned infliction of harm. It's not about a mistake. The global scale on which this is happening is unprecedented. One can argue whether it's genocide or democide, but it's certainly mass murder. What we must break through is this preferred reality. This lie we have led to believe brings many to believe it might not affect them or might not be that bad. It is not easy, and it will not go away unless the truth is brought to light and those responsible actually face the consequences of their liability. In both proceedings, incredibly strong evidence is now being presented in addition to the more than 150 pieces evidence already available. The fight is one to have the truth brought to light and recognized in court, and my clients want that recognition first and foremost. Everyone who loves the truth should follow and support this process.